Hey, super quick intro. Just wanted to put a little tutorial together on the Volca sample. Um, I think I say this in the actual tutorial, but it's mostly for my benefit. So 6 months down the line, when I've really forgotten how to use this, I can just watch this video and remind myself. But maybe it's useful to folks out there. I mean, this is a pretty old unit, so you folks have probably figured this out already. All right. Okay, I just wanted to do a real quick breakdown of some of the process of recording the Volca sample. Programming the sample. Mostly this is for future mark, because when I revisit this machine 6 months in the future, I'll have forgotten all this. So I'm going to do it now. So think of sort of this sort of sequencing part of the sample. Think of it, well, it has a few functions, but I think of it as kind of having sort of two main different functions. So it's divided up into 4 groups of 4, and these represent 16 divisions of 1 bar. I mean, okay, it depends on tempo. It could be like this could be 2 bars or even 4 bars depending on tempo. But think of it as 16 divisions of 1 bar semi-quavers. Let's just turn it on. Why don't I? Now, when you're selecting a drum or other sound, you've got 10 slots that you can fill with drum sounds per sort of per program, per memory location. Okay, so even though there are 16 sort of slots here per program, you can have 10 drum sounds. So typically what you would do is you then say, I'm going to select position 1. So I can select, it'll show me what I'm selecting with a little light. So I'm going to make sure 1's selected, so the light is then showing me I'm on 1. And then you're going to use the sample button to choose the sample that you want. And you can audition the sound. Let's find a kick. That sounds like a kick. So what you could then do is then say, okay, so in this position, this is going to be a kick. And then what you do is you'd say go into step mode, so we can program that. And so in whatever program I'm on, this kick sound, because I've sort of selected it, is playing here, here, and here. So here, here, and here. So what we can do is we can sort of cancel that, and we can say if I want the kick to sound here and here, straightforward, 4 to the floor, and I can literally just program that in. Okay, and then I can come out of step mode, and then I'll be able to play. I mean, there's a bunch of things programmed in there, but if it was only the kick, so you'd only hear that boom, 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 boom. And obviously that would depend on how fast you had the tempo, fast or slow you had the tempo. So then what you might do is then you sort of select the next one, and then the light would come on and this light would come off, and you say, in here I'll put a snare using the sample button. Yeah, that'll do. And then we would go into step mode again, and then we could cancel what's there. We could say, yeah, I want the snare in there, there, and there, and I don't know, let's put it there as well. So, yeah, so we want it there, we want it there. We're not putting it in there, but we're putting it in there, and we're putting it in there. And that's now the snare's in, but we could. Shut up. And then we'd hear that. As I say, I've got other drums programmed in there. And then you just basically go through and fill up these slots. You don't need to fill them all, obviously. You can just have a kick, snare, hi-hat, open and closed. Or any kind of craziness, the sound of a xylophone being played on a horse if you wanted that. That would be, you could put that there in that slot and assign that to wherever. Yeah, now if memory serves, 9 and 10 your slots where you want to put your open and closed hi-hats. If memory serves, when sort of 10 is triggered, that will choke 9. I don't know whether it works the other way around, whether 9 chokes 10 and 10 chokes 9. I might just check that in the manual, but typically you want to put your hi-hat in 9 and 10. And yeah, I mean, I typically go kick, snare, hi-hats there, and then these will be what else you want. Now the really cool thing is with the Volca sample is what I can do is I can then say, I'm in step mode. Just come out of step mode. Let's go to my position 3. Just like that. Now what was I? Yeah, so I had drum number 6 selected using the sample. So if we go to position 3, I can select the same drum sound, but I can alter its sort of timbre some way. There we go. So, and then go back into step mode, and then clear that. So I want that weird sound there, and there. Come out of step mode, play. So that's the cool thing about the Volca sampler. You don't necessarily need, if you're thinking, well, I've got 10 slots to fill, you don't necessarily need 10 different drum sounds. You could get away with like 2 or 3 and just modulate them with these parameters. Way cool.